talking about not being disappointed, I got to tell you, this weekend was All Things Global Festival. And of course, our coverage of the 2018 Global Citizen Festival continues as we turn our eye now to the Red-Carpet Gala dinner that was held on Saturday night before the big show. And with celebrities from far and wide descending on Joburg, this was one event worth its weight in gold.
That's right, featuring the finest in fashion and the inside scoop on famous faces like Oprah, Bonang Mateba, your girl B, as well as David Tlale. Believe me, this is an all-access pass indeed. And our very own Expresso's fashion editor, Nick Strelitz, was on the scene.
So guys, like, no big deal. We're just kicking it at something called Global Citizen. I mean, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Oprah, what is that? I mean, I don't even care. I mean, I honestly really care. This is one of the biggest nights of my life, of South Africa's life, as we celebrate Madiba's legacy. It's the red carpet. We're gonna be looking at the best and maybe the worst dressed of the night, and so much more.
To make it into the F&B Stadium for the show, you had to earn a ticket through some act of benefiting your fellow citizens. And civil rights veteran and icon, the Reverend Al Sharpton, has made a life doing just that.
I can't believe I'm saying this with the Reverend Al Sharpton. Mr. Sharpton, I've watched you for years. You're such an inspiration, such a figure. How does it feel to be in South Africa?
It feels great, and I think that what's going on in the world today is a reminder of reconciliation and bringing people together. That's what Nelson Mandela stood for. So there's no better place to be than in South Africa tonight.
And the world is there's so much divisiveness in the world. We're seeing it in America. We see it in South Africa. What would be your message to South Africa?
If Nelson Mandela could do 27 years in jail and come out and forgive his jailers and bring a nation together, none of us have gone through what he went through. How do we justify the rancor and divisiveness now? We must rise to a Mandela level.
How do you follow the Reverend Al Sharpton, Keleka, my boy?
That's the thing, you don't. You just humble yourself and you say thank you that I am at least standing in the same aura that he was in.
Listen, what is tonight about? It's about a lot of things to a lot of different people, but for you, what is the key takeout for tonight?
I mean, you have a look all around you. This is a great collaboration between the Motsepe Foundation as well as Global Citizen. Obviously, we're launching the first time ever Global Citizen Africa that's taking place here, the festival taking place here. Massive concert happening tomorrow, but over and beyond that, there's so much that's going on behind the scenes where, and especially, like I said, being on stage tonight to welcome everyone to the African continent is just wow.
Dude, you're doing big things, man. I'm like her. Although after Al Sharpton, I'm like her, and you like her.
On stage would be global trendsetters in music and style like Pharrell Williams, but even those who wouldn't be performing were here to show support in spectacular fashion.
Ayanda Tibete, you look flames, honey. Flames. Who are you wearing?
Thank you. I'm wearing a guy called Neville. He is absolutely amazing. Attention to detail. I thought this was so fitting, man. It's just, it's a beautiful dress, glamorous, but just enough sass.
You know I love sass.
Yes.
I'm serving Country Road sass. This is Country Road. Okay, there's Queen Bees and there's Queen Ds. Okay, we've got the Queen Bee from abroad coming in, but she don't know what she's messing with. Our Queen Bee.
Aww.
You will always be the Queen Bee.
Thank you so much. What an honor.
What's the key to being a chameleon when it comes to fashion and making sure you're pushing the sort of style narrative?
You know, as the older I grow, the more I realize that you need to kind of, after a while, get direction, get inspiration. Luckily, I work with Spiro Villiotti, and he has a fashion institute. So a lot of the things that I wear are different from one another because they're all inspired by young women. It's a school, they all sit together and kind of like brainstorm these incredible dresses for me. That's why one dress never looks the same.
In terms of continuing Mandela's legacy at home, how do you even go about something that important?
Nelson Mandela always said you don't need money. You just need time and attention. To be charitable is not a financial obligation. People appreciate time, they appreciate a smile, how you make people feel.
Butata Madiba talked to people in their own language to speak to their heart. And when Oprah asked one of Africa's top talents to dress her, she was speaking to the continent.
Expresso, we are here with one of the most in-demand designers of our generation, Mr. Gert Johan Coetzee. Do you like how I said the Gert? I'm not South African, sort of, but I can nail
I
it.
love it, but you know, guys, I've been kind of getting accustomed to Gert because whenever I travel, they try. I'm like, just call me Gert.
Word on the street is you had a little visit from possibly one of the most famous women in the world, if not the most famous woman in the world, Mrs. Oprah Winfrey. Is that true?
Yes, Miss Winfrey. Well, she came for tea at the studio, and that was so exciting. I mean, when Oprah phones you, you take the call. So it is such an honor to be able to have met her and to be able to work with her.
Did she literally just call you on the phone? She's like, Gert, listen, I'm in town, and you gotta do something.
She started the conversation like, hey Gert, this is Oprah. And that moment, you just get shattered. You're like, really, your idol, somebody that you've looked up to on such a spiritual level for so long, is phoning you, and that was just so incredible. And I'm so grateful, and that just shows you the greatness of Oprah to choose to wear a South African designer or to work with South African designers when she's in the country.
Okay, Gert, thank you so much. You are the man of the moment, and thank you for stopping by your Feel Good Breakfast show.
And guys, doesn't he look handsome? So handsome.
I'm a sweaty, handsome mess, but it's a great combination. Have an amazing time today.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
To address inequality, health and hunger for millions of our fellow citizens of this globe and do it with music, style and a celebration of life, only Nelson Mandela could inspire such a phenomenon.